Hello, race fans, and welcome to Off Camber TV's coverage of the Pacific Major Sportsman One Split here for Pacific Major Series. We are here in Brands Hatch, the Indy Circuit tonight for three separate races, 27 laps long, in the Kia Optimas for the Vapes BTCC or British Touring Car Championship introduction. Joining me tonight in the booth would be Donovan Johns and Katie Reed. How are y'all guys faring tonight?
Enjoying the absolutely beautiful weather and looking forward to some awesome front-wheel drive racing for the first time in the Pacific Majors.
Yeah, quite the same on this end. I'm looking forward to this. Actually, just recently acquired the Kia Optima, so it's exciting to see these cars on this track. See what these guys can do with it.
Now, this is the Sportsman Split number one. We should have about 22 drivers coming out tonight. Brandon Trossel looks like he is the going to be the pole sitter tonight. William Fletcher, Jeff Stabnow, Bruce Nelson, and Clark Archer should be your top five. Now, three out of those five are from the Northwest Club. Of course, different teams. You got Fletcher with Atlas Finishers, Jeff Stabnow with Dog Bear, if you're familiar with our Thursday night broadcasts for the Northwest Truck Series. But looks like these guys are getting ready to start the grid here. And gonna let a couple of them get up here, and then we'll go down to starting lineup for you.
Yeah, while we're waiting for them to grid up, I do want to cover the weather for just a moment because it's very beautiful afternoon. I want to say that light's coming in there. It's clear out right now, 71 degrees, and the track temp is 80 degrees with the winds out of the southwest at 12 miles per hour. So a little windy there, but I think it'll be okay.
All right, we're going to give you your starting grid. The 22, Brandon Trossel is going to start on the pole here tonight. William Fletcher in that number 28 machine is going to start in P2. Third goes to Jeff Stabnow. Bruce Nelson in fourth. Clark Archer fifth. Dale Green is going to roll off in the sixth position. Behind him is going to be Travis Henderson, Bart Workman. Ernie Ludwig is going to roll off in ninth. And Sheldon Wallishin going to round out your top 10. 11th goes to Randy Welber. Dave Williamson, OCTV's own, is going to be rolling off in 12th. 13th is Adam Young, Jeremy Tester in 14th, Carl Burt 15th, Paul Granger, and Ottenbacher, and I believe Jack Johnson. We're underway already, reckon. Already, that 19 is up and rolling. That's Jeff Stabnow. He is on his lid. That is not good.
Four wheels
he's
down.
Not moving at all. Involved in that was the 089 of John Ottenbacher. He's up to speed. Ernie Ludwig actually started from pit lane. He's up to speed. Looks like Carl Burke is also coming from pit lane. He is up to speed. All these guys going single file for the most part all the way through the field.
And Trossel assuming the first position as they work their way back onto the main circuit in the McLaren turn here, coming down to Clark, coming back to the start-finish line off towards Paddock Hill, one of the most famous turns on this circuit. Major uphill. Once they get to the top of the crest here, they turn hard right and sling themselves downhill, coming into the tightest corner being Druid's Bend up here at the top of the racetrack. We're on board with the 22. He's got monster colors on that machine. Running for Just Cause Racing Blue out of the California Club, as we see a couple guys behind him roll off of the track just a little bit, using as much as they possibly can to keep these cars on the course.
And not a lot of battling going on right now as we move through the field. Oh, the 42 trying to stick a nose down in there inside the 63. Guys are battling around 7th and 8th position right now, just trying to find their way through as, like I said, mostly everyone keeping it clean so far.
Yeah, looking pretty stout here between positions 1 and 13. I mean, only a 9-second gap. That's not that big of a gap here on this course, but definitely you wanted to grid, and you wanted to grid pretty high in order to have a good run here. As almost got a battle for the lead with the 127 of Snelson catching up to Trossel as they're making their way back towards the start-finish line.
Yeah, Bruce actually had a 2/10 faster lap that last time by. Let's see as they come across the line what it looks like now. Ooh, 3/10 faster than Brandon that lap.
And we're going to go on board with that 127 as he's chasing that Kia in front of him. All he can see is a bunch of monster. Nelson running out of the Northwest Club for Rainier Racing.
Ooh, the 42 able to make that pass. Randy Webster going to move up into the 7th position. He's been trying for quite a few laps. Oh, goes sideways a little bit. Yeah, good catch. 63. Trying to come in on the outside there. He's going to have the lane coming into the next corner here.
A lot of jockeying for position back here, rolling back towards the start-finish line. I believe 38 David Williamson has lost quite a few spots on this last lap. I believe Adam Young has gotten around him, and so has Paul Geringer in at 43.
Ooh, up at the front there. I believe that is the 63 now holding up these guys. 21 side by side with the 42. Constantly trading places right now. Adam Young trying to make his way through. 43 looking to try and find a lane, try and get by him. A little bit of a train action going on. Oh, that sends him off of the lane there.
Whoa.
21, Adam Young back on track.
Hey, he had a little excursion there.
Just a little bit. A little shortcut.
We'll find new roads. I don't think that's Kia's slogan.
I think that's wrong car make, but it's okay. We'll get there. 43 sticking a nose in there. Paul Geringer not able to make that pass as they are down to 22 laps to go here.
No. I mean, yeah, we're going to go on board with the 38, that beautiful OCTV car of David Williamson, also known as Cafe Olay. He normally does producing for us, but he wanted to try his hand at racing here today. So, almost into the back of, looks like the 43 coming through that turn right there. Going to get around, looks like a Canada car.
A little bit of a love tap.
Tester, the 270. Oh, that 42.
Yeah,
way
Randy
off.
Webster.
Yeah,
lost a little time there.
I see with these front-wheel drive cars, I've drove a couple laps around here with it. Oh, that 42's in the grass. He's around. Big spin there in Paddock Hill. Gonna put it in reverse in front of the. Oh no, 42. He's gonna have to take a toe off of that one.
Yeah, gotta be careful as the 53, Carl Burke, coming out of pit lane. As he started on pit lane, he was coming by it and just absolutely wiped him out. The 43's gotta be careful. And the 53, I don't think he saw him quite in time to get by him. Just didn't see him, I don't think.
Nah, he was committed, and I believe it was 42, Randy Webster. He just he backed up at the wrong time. He had plenty of time to get him around, but gonna go back up front here real quick. That 127 is working methodically, trying to get around this 22, who is dominated the race here, and Brandon Trossel. He's looking pretty stout, looking like a good contender to come through and try to sweep these 3 races right now. Trying to find the what is it? Rules for tonight. I'm gonna go look on the form. 327 lap heats, and I believe there should be an invert somewhere.
Yes. You are correct. As we're looking at what's going on, Donna, do you have a layout?
Yeah, I've got just checking over the rules on that. They're going to run the full race here per qualifying. The second race is going to be done by an invert of how this race finishes, and the third race will be an invert with a special invert level.
Okay, yes.
Which won't be known until between the two races.
Yeah, I believe it's a random one, a random invert, which is always
Kind of
extremely
fun.
exciting for us. I don't know about the drivers. I think if it were up to them, they'd like to control that. But hey, it's all about fun here.
Yeah, pretty much. Still out in front, Brandon Trossel, Bruce Nelson is second. William Fletcher having a good run out here in third. Bart Workman in at Bolt Vapes 309, rolling in fourth. And Dale Green, the 250. Got to get a good camera angle to see
Yep.
what's on his car.
He's got a lot of damage to that right front as well.
Yeah, he does.
Couple of guys have some damage here. The 270 got a nice piece of damage from the spin by the 42 of Randy Webster there. Not enough to come into pit, that's for sure. And I'm looking through the leaderboard right now, and a few names stand out. Bart Workman right now in the 4th position has gained that many positions since the beginning. He qualified 8th on the grid. He's holding fairly well there in 4th position. And even towards the back here, Paul Geringer, who is just now getting passed by David Williamson. Oh, maybe the crossover move? Not quite able to do it, though, into the first corner there. Paul's actually gained 7 positions since the beginning of this race.
Yeah, very good on him. Especially starting all the way in the back there. Like, he picked up a couple because I believe it was about 2 or 3 started from pits. So right off the standing start that we had, that it turned out pretty bad. We do have a new leader though. Bruce Nelson has gotten around the 22 of Brandon Trossel, going to lead that lap, heading down Paddock Hill, going towards Druid's Bend, and he's looking like he's not looking back.
Yeah, he is driving the hell out of that car.
Yeah. Now, with these front-wheel drive, these things tend to push a little bit.
Oh, yes.
That's heavy understeer.
One thing you notice, especially on the 127 of Bruce, in the sharper corner, you'll see I would say he's overdriving the front of that car. He's going to cook those tires off, maintaining, especially right there. He's going to burn off a lot of speed, a lot of tire. It's going to hurt him over the laps as they accrue up here.
I believe we're coming to 15 to go this time by. Pretty much the top 6 are still within 3.5 second, 4 second gap. So they can pretty much all see each other. Once you get to 7th on back, they're pretty far behind, as I believe Adam Young just took over the 7th position from the 63 of Wallishan. And the riding shotgun, number 21, off into Druid, looking pretty stout. He's got one of the fastest cars out here right now. Only 2/10 off of the leader's pace.
Yeah, as we're looking at through Adam's young window here in that beautiful riding shotgun ride, he is just cranking out the laps and trying to stay consistent, knowing that even where he's at 7th, he's going to come back out after the split right around 12th or so. He's going to have some more cars to pass.
What I'm looking at, race 2 will be set by race 1 finish, and then race 3 will have the invert.
Well, I may have been sick in there.
From the forum, at least. I don't know.
Yeah, the first race was qualifying results, which we saw. That's going on right now. The second race will be the race 1 results, so that's why this race matters. And the third race will be gridded based on the race 2 results with a random invert to be announced after race 2.
All right, awesome.
Thought I heard Mike saying something in chat about an invert there in second.
Uh-oh. Troubles for that 38. He's going to take a hop, skip, and a jump, finding new roads again.
Yeah, doing a little lawn maintenance out there, Canadian style.
Yeah, just a little bit. He's going to get right in front of the 20 of Jack Johnson. Ooh, trying to...
Push.
They've got 2 cars behind him battling as well. 089 of John Odenbacher trying to make his way up through the field here after starting in the back a little bit. John actually did not put in a qualifying lap. Started all the way in the back in 17th and able to gain a few spots now, up 5.
That's what's unique. I mean, I'm looking through how they qualified and everything for this split. And you got folks in here that only ran 40 laps of practice. Looking at a guy that's not in here actually. And then most laps in the Sportsman Split 1 turn in practice is to William Fletcher with 554 laps around this place. If he
Yeah,
ain't sick of it by
What?
now, he's glutton for punishment then.
Yeah, we do have one of the low lap runners in our race right now is Adam Young. Adam Young has only run 42 laps before this race.
And as you say that, he is finding some sand. Adam Young, though, is a very talented road course racer. We've seen him run a lot of different cars, run very well in a pro split in the road series. Looked like he's not quite grabbing the gist of this Kia Optima yet.
For the most part, I think everyone's cruising right now. We do have the 28 right behind Brandon Trussell.
Adam Young way off, coming out of the Clark bend, heading down the Brabham Straight. I just love how they name all these things,
Right?
all these tracks. Can pretty much throw a blanket over second through fifth here. They're pretty tight in a road course sense of running with one another. One of them makes a mistake. The others will capitalize. Don't know if Tross will burn off his front tires or what, but he's done lost a lot of time to Snelson. Snelson's pulled off to at least a 2.5 second lead, if not more, as they come across the stripe here, heading down Paddock Hill.
Yeah, and overall, Bart Wardsman, who's running a much better line than some of these guys. His car's starting to get faster, comparatively speaking, and he's shaving down a lot of length, space between he and the guys in front of him.
Looking back here, 38 David Williamson hits a 43. Looks like that was just a racing incident there as they both got together through the turn.
Who can outbrake who? Geringer to the outside, Williamson on the inside, or the right side, excuse me. Taking the preferred line down Graham Hill. Another little
overshot.
Oh, we're going 4 wide right there.
Overshot a little bit, and here comes the 20. Jack Johnson gonna try and gain that spot. Already got one. See if he can hold on to the 38's bumper. 29 of Clark Archer joining.
They're just swinging them through the corners.
Now the good news about all that damage is you can drive around this track with some decent damage. I mean, we've seen it on these cars right here. Oh, 38. A little bit of a misbreak, it seems, there. Is the 20 in front of him going off track?
Oh, no.
Yeah, these Kia Optimas will take quite a beating.
Oh, he got him.
There he goes. Hold on to it.
Clark Archer around from contact from the 38.
Ooh, Carl Burke,
Wow.
Not exactly what I'd call happy there.
Oh, yuck. I don't know. Ooh. Carl Burke is having some major arguments with the 19 of Jeff Stabnow. Interesting. They actually run a league together. Not happy with Jeff right now. Jeff is a lap down trying to get by Carl Burke. Interesting.
Yeah, Stabnow, they actually had to flip him back over after the start. So, he's not exactly having a good race.
089 side by side with a 38. Man, a lot of action going on around that OCTV. I don't know if that's on purpose, but he is having a lot of battles right now as the 089 able to get that spot. John Ottenbacher moving up to the 11th position, really having a nice climb.
That OCTV ride is looking more and more like a modified every time we zoom in on it.
Yeah. And one thing to mention about him, he's not exactly here for points. That 38 is just out here for one thing and one thing only. Try and take over the world. No, just try to win. Just wins.
I would say that's definitely more pinky, less brain.
I'm still watching the battle back here, guys, between the 43 of Paul Geringer and actually the 29 of Clark Archer. We haven't mentioned him much. He's been slowly keeping pace behind these guys, trying to take advantage of some of the mishaps that's going on in front of them. Been doing a pretty good job trying to keep bumper to bumper with everyone right now. There's a couple of cars are right around each other.
Yeah, I can almost guarantee if that 29 gets back to that 38, 38's not going to have a good time. 29 did go around a couple laps ago in Druid's Bend from contact from the 38, so we might see a little chrome horn in these little Optimus here. David's way off into kitty litter.
We've got, it seems like we have a road course race with a short track mentality going on.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, these guys are definitely driving them as if they are on a quarter mile, just slinging them through the corners.
Yeah, we've got about 5 laps to go here. Bruce Nelson pulling out to a commanding lead here, almost a 4-second advantage over the 22 of Brandon Trossel. William Fletcher running in third, a couple tenths behind him. We're locking up back here. I believe that was the 250 of Dale Green. Locking him up, trying to avoid contact with a 309 of Bart Workman, who is rolling around in the 4th position. That vape fuel machine.
Yeah, and although we are doing 3 races, remember that these finishes do matter. The second race, the next race we go to, will grid according to this race finishing positions. So it does matter where you finish.
Yeah, basically get some time to take a breather, get a little water, cool your brakes off, bang out your fenders, and go back racing.
I don't know, a couple of these going to need a little bit longer than, 309 tried to go for dive bomb there.
He's still in there.
Oh, he's on him.
Oh, and geez, they're all just fighting right now. Fletcher, Workman, and Green are just nose to tail, and they are not afraid to use a chrome horn.
And here comes Green peeking to the left-hand side of that 309. Not going to get there, coming through Surtees.
He may be too old to play, but he is not too old to put a bumper on it.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Tell you what, Bart Workman almost looked like he was drifting around that last corner there trying to hang on to that car. 250 of Dale Green trying to make his way to that bumper, see if he can do anything about it.
Here we go.
We are down to 3 laps to go.
Ooh, coming down to Paddock. It looked like Dale wanted it. And Bart's going to keep the position. Major breaking point here. One of the best places to pass on his track. Coming up to that turn. I think that'd be turn 2. Great battle back here. This is just for the 4th position. Technically 3rd, because Workman's trying to work his way around Fletcher here.
Yeah, that is all the action on the track is happening right here.
Yeah, Brandon Trossel's actually able to pull out to a little bit of a lead, but every now and then he makes a slight mistake, and these 3 drivers are able to catch back up to him.
All right, 2 to go. We're on board with the 28 of Fletcher coming to the stripe. 2 to go for these guys.
Ooh.
Oh, side by side.
Green and Workman, that is amazing driving right there. As they're breaking each other, trying to get into that corner.
Workman's going to have to go wide here. They almost touch coming off. Dale Green's going to have the advantage in the preferred line here. Workman's trying to pull in front of him. Ooh, that's great battling right there.
Yeah, that's definitely respectable racing right there. That's what we like to see.
Up on the curves, zooming through the S's here.
Oh, can't close the door. Not quite clear.
Oh,
now
that
he
is some good
Will he
driving.
do it? Like he'll leave him a little bit of a room right there. Wants to get over though, because that is not the preferred lane.
And meanwhile, look at Henderson just snuck up behind these 2.
Oh
no, Workman sideways.
Oh,
nice
Tokyo.
save.
He's going to lose a couple spots there, but great save from that 309 driver out of the Great Plains.
Yeah, but that is a big save, and that is a save between finishing 6th, where he's at right now, or losing even more spots if he actually did spin out completely. Ooh, the 20 racing side by side with the 29.
Yeah,
All
Archer
right.
just chucked it, and he did his own Tokyo drift there.
Here we go, 127 coming to the line. He's going to win race number 1 here. Bruce Nelson, congratulations. Winner of race number 1.
Ooh, side by side,
tonight.
309, 124.
Oh, the
Oh,
309's
124
going.
turns him.
Oh, he's flipping.
Did he get the?
He got turned.
Oh no, 124. They came out of that corner and they both just kind of came into each other. Oh, at the line, going over and over.
It may have been, he 28 ran out of fuel. Yeah, I believe he may have ran out of fuel. Try to follow. Yeah, or he accidentally killed the car. One of the two. And that's what set up the 309 and the 124 coming to the stripe battling.
Yeah,
Bart Workman did get the spot though, but at what extent? Because I mean, he went for a ride.
Yeah, that was definitely the 124's work right there. He really just drove into the side of the 309. I'm not quite sure what his intent was, but either way, 124 comes home with a decent finish as well as they were crossing the line when that happened. So fourth and fifth position for them.
It's separated by
You want to
5
do
100ths of a
interviews?
second. Let's go through your race results real quick before we hit some interviews. Bruce Nelson, your winner. Brandon Trossel in second for race number 1. Dale Green, Bart Workman, and Travis Henderson going to round out your top 5. You got William Fletcher in 6th, Sheldon Wallishin in 7th, Adam Young 8th, Jeremy Tester in 9th, and Carl
Roger that.
Archer going to round out your top 10. 11th is Jack Johnson, John Ottenbacher in 12th, David Williamson 13th, Geringer of the Paul variety is 14th. Ernie Ludwig 15th, Carl Burke 16th, Jeff Stabnow 17th, and Randy Webster rounds out your 18 car field.
Well, that was some great and fun racing there. We saw saw Fletcher outside, so I'm gonna call him in real quick here.
I finished 6th.
Hey, Fletcher, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Hey, how'd that fuel gamble pay off?
I'm not going to go to Reno.
Oh man, that was fun to watch you. Right at the end there, all of a sudden you were gone and slowed way down, and we all went, "What? Did he run out of fuel?"
Yeah, you should have seen this expression on my face when it started happening, because we've been practicing, but 1 or 2 laps of practicing and not really having your foot into it it made the difference. So that whole race,
Right.
I had my foot into it the whole time. I couldn't. It was a train. Once the train got going, we were just rocking it, waiting for people to make mistakes, and there was no mistakes being made really. So
Yeah, it was great to watch you guys. Go back. You got anything fun planned for the second stint here?
finish.
Yeah, that's a smart way to do it.
And it's the afternoon stench, so it's going to be the track's going to be a lot looser. Cars going to be pushy, so we're going to probably drop a half a second on the speed. So we'll see.
More push, more spin, more fuel burn. So make sure to go talk to crew chief and add a little more extra in there.
Yeah, we're cheating on the can. So I started running out after I got through turns 2, and it started burping on me there.
Oh my goodness! Yep.
I was shocked that I was able to hang on to it that long.
Well, make it one more click to the right, and we'll see you in stint number 2.
Oh, it's there for sure.
All right, man. Good luck.
Thanks again.
All right, that was William Fletcher. Don't really have any of the winners joining in the team speak or anything around there. So
No, Fletcher was our 6th place finisher, and in the top 5 is not joined yet, so we're not able to talk to them, but it was an interesting finish. I'm going to be even more excited to see the beginning of this next race, because then Workman and Henderson will have to start next to each other.
Yeah, that's gonna be some sparks flying at lap 1.
Not only that, but Carl Burke will have to start next to Jeff Stabnow. Had some drama going on there.
Oh,
So we've
most
got
certainly.
a few guys that are a little heated right now. Got to start right next to each other.
all right, we're gonna take a quick commercial break. I'm gonna reset ourselves and wait for this next session to pop up. So we will be right back. All right, and welcome back to the Vapes BTCC introduction with the Pacific Majors sportsman split style. Um, the races are kind of on a weird schedule. The races are all at the top of the hours here, and it is 8:31. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a quick respite. Gonna leave the splash screen up. We should be back somewhere around 8:55 or 5:55 Pacific time. If y'all want to just join us back then, you feel more than welcome to. So temporarily signing off for now. We will be back here in right around 20 minutes.
Yes.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to race number 2 here for the Pacific Major Sportsman Split 1 of the BTCC races. We're out here in the afternoon skybox now. Should loosen the track up a little bit, as these guys got about less than 5 minutes to warm back up after taking about a 20-minute break in between races. Definitely gonna be exciting to see how these guys. Ooh, looking at the 28 of Fletcher doing some Tokyo drifting coming down Paddock Hill. He definitely got a little loose there. Finished 6th, I believe, in the first race. So, Donovan,
Yes, sir.
what do you expect out of this race?
Yeah, for the pushing that we saw going on in the first race, as these guys were trying to adapt into race conditions, I think we're going to see even more pushing. This track is going to get a lot more interesting for them. They're going to know that they have to get in a good position for the invert. They're going to be driving their hearts out to get those spots, and they're going to cook these things up.
Yeah, we're not going to know what the invert is until after the race, I believe. It should be interesting to see where these guys are trying to battle. Be looking towards mid-pack for that. That'll definitely be where it should be. Katie, how'd you enjoy the first race?
I enjoyed it. It was a little fun to watch these guys battle back and forth. And I mentioned in the first race that we're on a road course with a short track mentality here. These guys were beating and banging the entire way through the track. I mean, they were not afraid to go at each other. And moving into race 2, I don't expect that to change at all.
Absolutely not. I think the heat's going to get kicked up on these guys just that little bit more, and they're going to drive even harder.
All right. Yeah. Now looking at the weather for this race number 2, clear skies, 71 degrees Fahrenheit. Track is sitting at a blistering 100 degrees.
Oh yeah.
Winds coming out to southwest at 12 mile an hour, and looking at about 75% humidity. So we're almost getting to the fog point.
Right.
I believe we have somebody to bring into the booth here. Katie, do us the honors.
Yes, indeed. We have Adam Young here with us in the that nice Optima. Adam, how's it going? How are you feeling after that first race?
I'm actually feeling better than I thought I might. Avoided a little start chaos there. Had to squeeze between a flipping car and the wall. Pretty exciting stuff. But then settled in for a pretty nice battle there with Sheldon Woloshin for about 3/4 of that race. Me and him going back and forth. So that made it a lot of fun. And I think here would now switch to the daytime, hotter track. It's going to be even more fun here coming up for you guys.
Yeah, do you have a certain strategy on how to approach the second race? Are you going to try and keep it a little more clean? You're just going to go all out, or do you have anything in mind?
Well, that's the tricky part is we're pretty much figuring that we're maxed out on what we can do as far as setup wise. I mean, so it actually might have to take it a little bit easier here just to kind of preserve tires and not slide around as much and try to make a stand toward the end of this thing. But I'm going to be starting up higher than what I did for that first race, thanks to the finish there, the first one. So I'm probably gonna have to be a little bit more conservative.
All right. Well, we wish you the best of luck, and maybe try and stay off that hood. We saw a couple of those drivers on their tops that first race. Let's see if we can avoid that.
Yeah, hoping so. I don't want to mess up those Texas flags on top of mine or Clark Archer's riding shotgun cars here today.
I hear you. Well, we wish you the best of luck, and let's try and get a nice finish here.
All right, you guys too. Have a good broadcast.
Fantastic. And again, that was Adam Young in the 21 Kia Optima here at Brands Hatch, doing a great job as he finished 8th in that first race. So he'll start right about mid-pack here. So far, we have 17 drivers entered into this session. The first race, we had 18, so we're missing one driver, but I'm sure he will get in here anytime now, as the times are looking pretty competitive as they were the first race. We have Clark Archer, who's really out front here, but 3/10 behind him is Travis Henderson. Travis Henderson, we are familiar with him as he got into a little bit of a scuffle with Bart Workman across the line there, and Bart actually ended up on his hood. as I mentioned before. So a couple of these drivers gonna have a little bit of competition starting right next to him for this race.
All right, looks like we're about ready to start to grid up. Bruce Nelson, your winner from last race, is going to start on the pole here. Brandon Trossel to his outside. Dale Green in third. Bart Workman in fourth. Travis Henderson in fifth. William Fletcher sixth. Sheldon Woloshin in seventh. Adam Young in eighth. Jeremy Tester in ninth. And Clark Archer going to round out your top 10. 11th is Jack Johnson, John Ottenbacher, David Williamson, Paul Gehringer, Ernie Ludwig, Jeff Stabnow, and Randy Webster is going to round out your field. We're looking for the lights here. Got a couple more to grid up. Another 27 laps around the Brands Hatch Indy course. Waiting on the lights, hearing the motors revving up. There they are. Lights are off. We're back underway for race number 2 of the Vapes BTCC.
Ooh, a little bumper slap already. Look at the
And
dives coming in through this field.
Sheldon in the 63 completely missed his start.
Adam Young, 21, way off in the kitty litter. He's going to go all the way to the back of the pack.
Yeah, possibly a commentator's curse there. We do apologize for that, but the 28 of William Fletcher, I do want to highlight him because he actually was going to finish third, I believe, but with the loss of fuel at the end of that
somebody's
race,
around.
he's starting towards the back.
Ottenbacher.
089, John Ottenbacher off the track. He coming out of Graham Hill. So he's
definitely
back.
Definitely an assist happening there from looking to see who that is. I think it was Clark Archer. And Clark Archer's slow coming down the front stretch.
Very slow. He got almost sideswiped by a driver there in the middle of that turn. Actually went off track.
Might have had a slowdown penalty there.
Yeah, quite possibly. That's not extremely uncommon here. But up at the front, Bruce Nelson doing a great job to keep that car out front, but back behind him, battling bumper to bumper for just a moment, is the 22 of Brandon Trossel and the 250 of Dale Green, who had a strong run at the end of that race.
Yeah, finished third in the first race there for Dale, driver out of Canada for Gone Broke Racing. So good to see him trying to make his way towards the front. He's got a hungry 124 right behind him, though. Travis Henderson looking towards the outside and make a good run coming down the hill. See if he can outbrake him coming into Druid.
Lots of action right behind him. Bart Workman just doing a dive bomb.
Yeah, the 270 of Jeremy Tester had a not so good corner there. And luckily, Bart was alert and ready for it, and he got right around him there, moving up into the 5th position. See if he can get himself a nice finish here in the second race, just like he did in the first.
Yeah, top 6 have broken away pretty substantially. Leader of that second pack would be Jack Johnson at number 20. He's over 5 seconds back from the leader.
Yeah, I do want to highlight a couple of drivers towards the back had a lot of problems early on in this race. John Ottenbacher qualified on the lineup in 12th. It's all the way back to last place in 17th. Clark Archer 10th, back to 16th place. And Adam Young spoke to him, qualified 8th actually, and is now all the way back to 15th. So some people having some problems here.
Yeah, battle for 9th. William Fletcher gets around to 26. 26 had a little bit of an off coming down Paddock, but 28 got around him going through the Druid turn.
Adam Young, side by side through the corner there. It was a nice little drift by him to get by the 42. Randy Webster here moving into the 15th position. Stuck between teammates here.
Yeah, I'm noticing watching these guys. Oh, Bart Goodman just drifted that car coming out. These guys, for the most part, to that moment, were holding really good lines through the tighter corners, using less drift. But it looks like, again, Bart Goodman may have adjusted that brake bias a little too much, and he's just losing it coming through the corners.
Yeah, we got teammates battling back here, guys. 21, Adam Young. 29, Clark Archer. Trading positions there for a moment. Nice Texas flags that Adam mentioned earlier.
God bless Texas. They make great barbecue.
They do.
Very true.
We're gonna check in on board with the 38 of David Williamson, running in the 11th spot, right behind the 26 of Ernie Ludwig. Now they are club teammates, but as far as a racing team, they are not. The car looks a lot cleaner than last race.
Right, I was gonna
So far,
wait for the moment.
I think we
but
should probably put
he's,
so far on the end. We do
I
have
mean,
22 laps to go. That's plenty of time
We're only 6
for
laps
this
in.
entire racetrack to start having some fun, as we like to call it. But up at the front, Nelson not necessarily pulling away as much. Brandon Throssell able to keep it in there. About a second and a half in between him, and Dale Green's still keeping pace with him.
Yeah, I was noticing that because during the morning session, that was race 1, a little bit cooler track on the racing surface. So obviously, it's not exactly working to the 127's favor per se, but the 22 it was one of the faster cars. Basically, him and the 127 are the class of field right now, but not if the 250 Dale Green has anything to say about it. He's right there on the bumper of the 22. Waiting for that one mistake to capitalize on.
Yeah, although he's hoping it's not to come, but got a couple of cars trying to catch that front little pack right now. I'm looking right around the 20. Jack Johnson leading a couple of cars here. Jack is in the 7th position right now, and through the corners, these guys close up right around each other, bumper to bumper, and then they're able to spread out through the straightaways, which is obviously not uncommon with road courses here. They're trying to take this first turn very carefully. We have seen a couple of cars go off track so far. Ernie Ludwig moving through the pack. He is in 10th position right now, trying to gain on that 7th place pack.
That's one thing you'll notice with these front-wheel drive cars is that you don't want to barrel into the corner with them. You want to use that weight balance and weight transfer to really kind of manipulate that car, let it rotate and do the job before you would do it in a street in a rear-wheel drive car, and allow that car to set and let you take off. You don't want to power on while those wheels are turned. It's bad news.
Yeah, looking back here, 19, Jeff Stabnow, putting pressure on the 43, and also having pressure, from the 29 at Clark Archer as well. Archer just about ran into the back of him, heading down Paddock Hill. 29 looking to the inside here, trying to outbrake him. Looks like he will take over that 13th spot from Stabnow. And here comes the 29's teammate, Adam Young, looking to capitalize as well.
Yeah, that was a nice clean pass, and overall, we did notice it was a pretty clean start as well. And I know Jeff Stabnow is very happy about that because the first race, it didn't quite go his way.
Oh, yeah, I'd say if you're on your roof before you even get to the start-finish line, it's going to be a bad race.
You're going to have a bad time.
Yeah, that's not good. But he's laying down some times right now. They're competitive times. He's not letting everyone get away from him. So it's good to see him able to get in here and get some racing and some laps.
And another pass here in Druids Bend, the 28 of William Fletcher gets around to 63 of Sheldon Woloshin.
Yeah, and real quick, jumping back up on the front here, there is a battle between Brandon Trossel and the 22 and the 250 of Dale Green. These guys are really putting pressure on one another, trying to get this pass done.
As they come to the line, that'll be 10 laps complete, 17 to go as they hit the stripe.
Yep. And now that the 22, the 250 are battling, they're allowing the 127 to open up that gap like he had the previous race. And they were throwing some blocks, trying to get around.
Oh, here we go. 250 on the outside. Tries it, not going to prevail here. Going to lose a little bit of time. Dale Green hungry for that second spot. Oh, he's trying to put a bumper in there.
Oh,
that's going to be able to do it.
Not the best way to do it with the front-wheel drive car.
What even more competitive back here is the 20 of Jack Johnson and the 28 of William Fletcher. They are bumper to bumper, pulling with them a few more cars here. The 270 up in front of Jack. Jeremy Tester, he's also fallen back to this pack as they are battling side by side through the corner, all the way through the corner, getting a drive off here.
Ed Johnson looking like he's going to be able to take this position. Drag race down the front stretch, heading off into Paddock Bend. Will the 20 be able to hold it down? Oh, they're sliding. Whoa.
Yeah, while that's happening back here, we did have a pass for second position. The 250 of Dale Green was able to get into the inside of the 22 of Brandon Trussell and able to make that pass finally. As we see, can the 250 of Dale Green catch our leader? He's got about 2.5 seconds on second place here.
Right, yeah, Tressel just overdrove going into the corner, allowed Dale Green to make that pass, and Travis Henderson did take a peek, and Wisey checked up. Travis is going to try to close that gap back onto Tressel and see if he can make that pass.
And still back here, this 20 and 270 are the gloves are off. As we're going back into Paddock, let's see if the 20 is going to back off a little bit, try to drive it underneath. He's still got some fight left. See if he can outbreak him coming into Druid. He's not going to be able to do it. Going to fall back in the line behind Tester here. And,
got a battle back there. The 29 of Clark Archer real quick past the 26 of Rennie Ludwig through the first corner there, able to hang on. That is all the way back in the 10th position. Still bumper to bumper. Clark not necessarily pulling away right now.
You know, these three with David Williamson have been really close to one another. Each one would take a turn over driving, then they'd overtake each other. A lot of heat coming on. We got 3 different battles going on the track right now. This is really exciting.
Oh, Adam Young's on the pit lane. Adam Young 2 laps down now in 17th.
And Adam is coming out of the pits right now. He had heard a spotter claiming had some hardware issues.
Oh, not good for him.
I believe it was something about a clutch. He crossed the line, almost able to pass Jeff Stabnow, and actually went completely through the first turn into the tires. Got some pretty heavy damage from the 43. Obviously, Paul Geringer involved, but not the source of the problem.
Wow.
21 had to tow back.
Just missed an absolutely amazing pass from the 38 on the 26. 38 was off course completely and got around the 26 coming out of turn number 3. I'm going to give you a little replay of that. That was a great pass there. Had a car off in front of him, too. I believe that was Clark Archer in 29, but not exactly sure.
Oh, sliding through the first turn here. 20 off the track.
Oh, 28's turn.
28 gets turned by the 20. That's going to hurt.
That was a hard lick.
Very hard.
Yeah, these guys were like 15 laps into a 27-lap race. They are starting to feel it. They need to find that transfer spot and get up there for the next race, get the optimum locations.
Yeah, that 28, he's pretty much donezo right now. He got hooked hard into those tires.
Yeah, still battling here. The 29 of Clark Archer trying to get by. The 270, Jeremy Tester off of the last corner here, coming across the line. Drag racing down. 29 will have that preferred lane. Ooh, almost going to squeeze the 270 off the track. Got to be careful.
Crossover. Oh, 270 thought about it. Ran off the course a little bit. That's definitely going to give the 29 that spot, 8th spot right now. And look who's right behind him. David Williamson at 38 up to the 10th position. He's looking to try and get up there and battle with the 270 of Tester. And Tester was up there quite a ways. He was up to 6th, I believe. And last couple of laps, he's lost the feel of the car, I guess.
Yeah, he got a little bit of the 28 action with William Fletcher. So that's not surprising at all. We've got a couple of drivers with some heavily damaged cars out there, still able to continue. Don't have a meatball quite yet, but doing a good job to hang on there. Ooh, 19 side by side with the 26 down the front stretch.
There we go. There's Stab now trying to get around him. Not going to be able to do so. Ludwig is going to hold on to that 11th position.
Ooh, battle Jack Johnson side by side with that 270. These guys have been battling almost all race.
Yeah, Johnson definitely lost that position to the 29. We'll have 10 to go when our leader hits the line right now. Snelson, he's just way out in front. There's no doubt about it that he has the fastest car on the track these last two races. But and 270 got passed from the 20. Jack Johnson going to be an 8th, Tester in 9th still. And a hard charging OCTV machine back there is trying to get up to the 270 and see if he can get that spot away from him.
Yeah,
Ooh, Jeff Stabnow. Sorry, in the back.
Oh, yes, side by side. Oh, yeah. He's going to get it.
Stabnow is a man on a mission.
He's got a lot to redeem himself for. I'll tell you that much. He's putting together a good race.
Is he the sole representative of the Dog Bear team here?
I actually believe so, yes.
Yeah, he's not the only one from the Northwest Truck Series, but he is the only Dog Bear racer.
Yeah, I believe Fletcher is with
Atlas.
Atlas, yes. Atlas Finishers. So Atlas has got a couple. Ottenbacher who's with also with Fletcher on that team.
Oh, we do apologize. There is another one. It is Jeff Stabnow.
That's who we were talking about.
Yeah, that's Stabnow is the soul. It's unique to see Dog Bear running by themselves.
It's
we
quite crazy. We're normally used to about 8 or 9 Dog Bear racers,
right?
at least. So it's very strange to see a lone dog all by his lonesome there. I'm waiting for a teammate to come right around him. It's very uncommon to see him by himself, but hey, at least he gets to shine. And he is having a much better showing than he did in that first race when he went on his hood there. So it's good to see him try to fight back, as he is slowly gaining on 10th place right now.
Yeah, right now, 3rd and 4th are trying to get to a heated battle to 124. Grizzly Motorsports driver out of the California club.
Ooh,
he's been catching that
track.
22. 26 off track behind this battle, way behind this battle, actually. Brandon Trossel, of course, just because Racing Blue out of the California club. So, I mean, they kind of have similar looking cars, but they're only club teammates. They're not actual teammate.
Yeah, Bruce Snelson is just opening up that gap. He's 3 seconds over second place Dale Green and growing.
Well, see, he did that last race too. I think the more fuel he gets out of that car, the better it is for him.
He's definitely not slouching.
No, because he won the first race by at least 4 seconds, so he's just about matched that.
I'm looking down the speed charts here real quick. I thought I'd point this out. The 29 of Clark Archer was half a second faster than our leader, Bruce Snelson, on that last lap. So he's got something hidden down there that he's running.
Well, Bruce is coming across the line right now to make it 6 laps to go. See if he can pull away even further, or if a couple of these guys behind him have anything to say about it. I do want to highlight the 124 of Travis Henderson is trying to get up there to the 22. Not quite able to do it right now. Does have a few laps left. See if he can try and get there. Try to get on that bumper and try and maybe complete one more pass.
We're going to follow this battle here, see what this 124 can do. Henderson got to do something. They're pretty much running almost identical lines, except the 124 is kind of swinging her a little bit more than the 22 is. 22 got a good bite coming off that corner. Trossel coming to 5 to go.
Okay, when I'm just watching that 38 car of David Williamson trying to make his way past 270, just not able to do it.
Yeah.
Slowly catching him.
Williamson almost every lap. He's about 0.2 lap faster. He's finally reeled him into where he's actually in striking distance. Meanwhile, Stabnow is also shaving off a good amount of time catching both of these cars.
Yeah, very impressive run from Stabnow. Good to see him.
And unlike the last race that we watched, Williamson, His car still looks like an actual race car. Last race, he looked like he had found every corner of every wall and introduced his car to it.
And does have race sponsor Volt Vapes on that car as well. So thanks to Volt Vapes for help sponsoring the Pack 6. You can go to their Facebook, type in Volt Vapes, and you'll definitely find an interesting person there who runs that shop.
Yeah, they've got 3 locations in the greater Boise, Idaho area, plus a web store. So voltvapes.com.
There we go into Druid.
Oh,
Can
locked
he
up
get
the brakes.
Locked him up. He's still there, fighting off of the turn, heading off into turn number 3. Looks like Tester's going to have the advantage.
Yeah, I think David almost wanted to go for a crossover there, but didn't quite have the speed built up to do it.
He got on the binders a little too hard going to that corner and lost a ton of momentum. That's one thing with, and I've been running front-wheel drive car for years, and if you mess up entry, it's even worse than a rear-wheel drive car. You lose so much.
While this is going on, I do want to highlight, gentlemen, we have a little bit of a faster car in second place now. He has closed the gap by 0.5 of a second so far since we last mentioned the 127 in first. Dale Green making a run from second. I don't know if he'll have enough time to catch him. It doesn't seem like it. They're going to cross the line with 2 to go here, but he's definitely putting in an effort.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to be able to get there unless he hits the nitrous bottle that's hidden in his car somewhere. But Nelson probably taking it easy right now, making sure all of his lines are nice and crisp. Coming around 2 more times to take his second checker flag of the night.
Ooh,
And he's going to try to go in for the sweep. Here we go. 22, 124. Coming through the tight right-hander at the top of the hill there. I mean, 22 still has the advantage. 124, a little bit of late break in there. Going to run a little wide. Trying to keep his momentum up to try to get a fender in. 22 was your pole sitter for the first race. Started second this race. He's still got quite a bit of car left underneath him. White flag.
Biggest battle happening right now is still the 270, 38, and 19 now. All 3 are in striking distance of each other. 9th, 10th, 11th, doing battle.
Yeah, Jeff Stapp now did a great job to catch these guys as they were battling across the track.
These guys were kind of sniffing each other, and all of a sudden, the big dog was starting to hunt.
Yeah, Jeff gained about a second on this battle right now.
Here we go. 270. He's got the preferred position. 38 trying to get there. He's only got a couple more chances.
Yeah, last lap here. Bruce Nelson coming on the front stretch. We're going to keep with this battle as he is going to easily take the second race here.
Yep, checker flag for Bruce Nelson, winner of race 2. Back to the 38, 270, and 19 battle. Running
like
out of time.
Else is single file. No battles going on.
Make it or break it here.
Ooh. Jeff
19.
almost got a piece of the 38 there.
Oh, man.
Here they come to the line. Looks like the 270 is going to secure that 9th position.
Oh, yeah. He threw that car over to that right lane to block the 38. There was no way that 270 was going to give up that spot.
Yep.
Yeah,
I think that was the cleanest I've ever seen Williamson run.
Yeah, and I believe we can tell them now, can't we?
We can.
All right. There is an invert for race number 3, and the reason why that 9th place battle was so enticing to us to watch, because we knew about it before the race came on. 9th place is the invert, so Jeremy Tester will start on the pole for race number 3 at the top of the hour here. Real quick finishing results. Bruce Nelson, your winner, 2 for 2 tonight. Over Dale Green in second. Brandon Trossel comes home in third. Travis Henderson fourth. And Bart Workman going to round out your top 5. The whole top 5 finished in the top 5 in the first race as well.
That's amazing.
That's a good thing to point out. Clark Archer fighting his way for 10th, finishes in 6th. Sheldon Wallachin comes back home in 7th. 8th went to Jack Johnson. And transfer 270 Jeremy Testar finishes in 9th. David Williamson comes home in 10th. Jeff Stabnow 11th. Paul Geringer 12th. Ernie Ludwig 13th. John Ottenbacher 14th. 15th goes to Randy Webster. And William Fletcher and Adam Young going to finish 2 laps down, 16th and 17th, respectively.
I think I'm most interested to watch Clark Archer on the next race, the 29 car. He was not the fastest car the first about 5, 6, 7 laps. But from midpoint on, he was consistently one of the fastest cars on the track.
Yeah,
he's
go ahead.
Oh, with the invert coming off P4,
Yeah.
he's going to be interesting to watch.
Yeah, a lot of these guys back here, I mean, Jack Johnson had a pretty good car. He climbed up 3 spots. Wallishin's been finishing 7th the whole time. He's going to roll off in P3. But it's going to be interesting to see if the 127 and the 250, along with the 22 and the 124, can make their way through the top 5 that are going to start in front of them here in the next race.
Yeah, I'm also interested in seeing what's going to happen with the 28 of William Fletcher. We saw he was very fast in that first race, had the mishap with the fuel, very fast in this race, had a mishap with being turned with another car. So we'll see how he can recover from that coming into the 3rd and final race of the night. And it'll be very interesting to see what his strategy is, because unfortunately he is finished this race in 16th position.
Going to give a couple more minutes to see if anybody from the top 3 wants to try and get in here and get a quick interview in. We're going to go to a quick commercial break real quickly, as quick as possible. How many times can I say quick in one sentence? We'll be right back. How was that commercial? I don't know, because I didn't get to see it. Welcome back. We do have 3rd place finisher Brandon Trossel. Gonna bring him into the booth real quick.
Hey, Brandon, you got us?
Yeah.
Fantastic. Well, walk us through that race. It looked like the first one went rather nicely for you, and the second one went just as well. What was going through your head there as you brought home a 3rd place finish?
Yeah, I started out the race really good. I was struggled off the start there. I lost my position and then managed to get it back in the second corner and held off Dale for a little bit. But I feel like Dale's car was a little stronger than mine and ended up letting him by. I didn't want to collect him and me too, and then have a horrible race from there. But yeah, fell to 3rd and yeah, staying consistent though. I don't feel my race set's gonna keep up with Bruce or Dale, but I even felt like Travis behind me was a little bit faster, but I managed to hold him off. But yeah, feels good.
Yeah, we saw you guys battling quite extensively through the end there. Were you thinking anything specific as you came across the line with about 2 to go and he was right on your bumper?
Yeah. I was getting a little worried there. I made a few mistakes and then, but luckily time ran out, and that was on my side.
All right, Brandon. Well, is there anyone you want to thank or give a shout out to?
Yeah, I want to thank Larry's Pizza from Fullerton for helping me out, and yeah, that's Rapid Fire Sim Sports, and yeah, that's about it.
Nice. Very simple.
Yeah.
Well, we like it. Well, we wish you the best of luck in this next race, and we'll see what kind of speed you can put down, see what kind of finish you can get in the final race of the night.
All right, sounds good, man. Thanks.
Fantastic. And again, that was the 22 of Brandon Trussell finishing in the third position in the second race tonight, having a very nice set of races, I might add, as well. So we'll see what he can bring home in the third event. We didn't have any other leaders decide to join and give a quick interview. So for now, we will send it on over to Wes.
Yeah, and I'll bounce it right back, coming off the service, back to Dono. What do you think of that second race, man?
I liked how that unfolded a little better than the first race. I liked seeing the guys were a little more patient than I thought they were going to be, yet still drove a good challenging race for the end there. It's nice to see a lot of guys who I've been watching drive for years adjust themselves to these front wheel drive cars. I love seeing the Pacific Majors tackling this. And I'm excited for that swap. Seeing the first two races, same five guys finish top five. They're now rolling out 12, 11, 10, and 9, and 8th. So should be fun.
All right. Well, it's going to be the second verse, the same as the first. We don't get another race until the top of the hour. So that's 10 o'clock Eastern, or I guess it's 7 over there on the West Coast. So we're going to take another little break here. Going to be back in about 20 minutes. So thanks for watching so far. Hope y'all come back and see the finale, race number 3 of the Volt Vapes British Touring Car Championship at Brands Hatch. All right, ladies and germs, welcome back to race number 3 of the Vapes British Touring Car Championship here at the Brands Hatch Indy Circuit. We've had 2 races already, one in the morning and one in the afternoon. Now we're into the late afternoon, trying to simulate full track day. I would assume 127 Bruce Nelson is 2 for 2 on the night in his black Kia. And we have a 9-car invert. So the 270 Jeremy Tester, who finished in 9th in the last race, is going to be starting on pole, and Snelson's going to be starting in the 9th position with times at about a second faster than the rest of the field. Going to be definitely interesting to watch that 127 make his way up in the 27 laps in this race. Again, Donovan and Katie are with us here in the booth. And Donovan, what are you expecting here for race number 3?
Well, these guys are definitely, if you saw the last 10 laps of that race number 2, they're figuring out how to race these cars in traffic and to get fast at them. They're backing up their corners, they're working their entries better, and they're allowing the cars to do the work. So with a little bit more grippy track than what we saw in the last one, more grippy, where am I at? There's going to be a little... I can't even word now. There's going to be better conditions for grip. They're gonna be able to push just that touch harder and let those cars work faster. See a little bit more faster times and be able to hopefully get some more competitive passes.
All right, and Katie, speaking of the change conditions, what's the weather looking like for this race?
Looking at the weather, it's pretty clear outside. 71 degrees. Track temperature is 79. We have winds out of the southwest at 12 miles an hour, and the humidity is at 75%. So, little hot out there. Not too bad, but you're right. I think they will have a little bit better grip with the night session here, and I do think it's going to be more competitive because this is the third and final race. So, you gotta run what you brung and bring it on home.
All right, got about 30 seconds left of the warm-up session. All 17 from the last race have made it over to this race. We did have Carl Burke start the first race and decided to hang his helmet up for the night after said race. So just 17 out of 22 who were supposed to be in this split are coming back here. And I'm going to give you a quick grid once we switch over sessions because we are going to be waiting on them lights to come off. Standing start once again for the Kia Optimas here at Brands Hatch Indy.
Yeah, just everyone pulling into the pits now as they're going to get ready to grid up here. Going through a quick little driver's meeting as everyone is trying to prepare for this race. It's going to be extremely exciting. Wes, do you have a grid for us?
All right, yes we do. Jeremy Tester is going to start P1. Jack Johnson in number 20 Kia in position number 2. Sheldon Wallishin in 3rd. Clark Archer 4th. Bart Workman in 5th. Travis Henderson 6th. 7th goes to Brandon Trossel. Dale Green in 8th. And Bruce Nelson, winner of the 2 previous races, going to roll off in 9th. Dave Williamson in 10th. Jeff Stabnow 11th. Paul Geringer 12th. 13th. Ernie Ludwig. Ottenbacher in 14th. Randy Webster 15th. False start from the leader there. And we
the
are
20
underway.
of Jack Johnson actually was the one that false started. We're going to go around him. We're going to go 3 wide.
He's going to have to pull into the pits and serve a black flag. That's going to ruin his chances for tonight.
Oh, speaking of ruining, there they go.
That looked like, Trosen around in the front. Oh, looks like Ludwig got turned back there too.
Yeah, it was John Ottenbacher as well, off track. My goodness, a lot of people having some tough trouble at the beginning of this. Ludwig is actually stuck in the tires.
That's not good. The 127 way back after that exchange. Jeremy Tester still out in the lead, though, coming to the front stretch here at the Brabham Straight. Going to lead lap 1. He's got a hard charging. Looks like Clark Archer right behind him, as well as Sheldon Wallishin in the number 63.
Ooh, the 127. Archer. Bruce Nelson bringing it into the pits.
Yeah, Clark Archer is one I'm definitely keeping my eyes on this race. He was so fast second half of last race. I'm really interested to see what he can do to try to take over some leads and get away from the fast guys.
Also,
Well, two of
hey,
them are already
shout out
gone.
to the 19 real quick. Sorry, just Jeff Stabnow had probably the worst start in the first race and is now up to 6th position in the final race, looking extremely good right now.
Now, Donovan, do you know how these are being scored? Is it just this last race counts for all the points, or?
Oh God, I have no idea.
Well,
I would imagine that there should be some heat race points accrued each time. So I would think that's how they're going to do it, but we'll
Getting
see.
close to the front, guys. That 270 is on ice right now. The back
Here
of
we
that
go.
car just will not
29.
settle down.
Diving it in, going to take over the
Easy
top
pass.
spot easily, putting riding shotgun to the front. Clark Archer with a fast little Kia there.
Ooh,
runs
the corner,
off wide.
though. And here
Hop,
comes
hop.
the 270 back.
That's one thing with these cars. They have
Oh,
375
he's turning.
turbocharged horsepower. So there is
49
ample
sideways.
speed in here.
Whoa, look at the 309. Trying to take it to the outside of the 29.
Go, Bart!
Bart Workman with Turn 5 Motorsports trying to get up into the third position. 29 is going to fend him off coming down the Brabham Straight.
Yeah, cut him
But
off on
here
the
we go.
left.
Ooh,
You
who's
can
that
actually
behind him?
see those brakes are already glowing on
Yeah,
that 29.
124. Just got around Bart there for the fourth position. Travis Henderson, he's hungry as well.
Henderson was laying down some excellent lap times in the second race.
Yeah, and a good reminder to good time to remind you guys about what happened with the 127 and the 309 in the first race. The finish, they came across sideways as the 124 got into Bart Workman there in the 309, but they did end up getting both top fives, and it's interesting to see them right back near each other for the last race.
Well, Chester's still out front. Wallishin has got a good run on him. About 4 car lengths back, heading up to Druitt's corner. Got Clark Archer trying to get it in there. It's not going to stick. 29 is going to have to hold off into third. And here comes a hard charge in 124 right behind him.
Henderson definitely driving with a passion, trying to get those points, wanting to look good for the team and for the television here. He is driving like a maniac.
Yeah, that 124. Henderson driving for Grizzly Motorsports out of the California Club. He's right there pretty much on the bumper to 29, about a half car length separate third and fourth here as they hit the stripe to complete lap 5.
Yeah, and while that's going on, I do want to mention the 28 of William Fletcher in the back. He actually had a difficult time finishing in the second race. So he actually started in the 16th position. He's all the way up to 10th.
And tough break for the 127 of Bruce Nelson, though. Doesn't look like he is going to be able to sweep tonight. So still 2 heat wins. Pretty good as we have a battle for third.
Ooh, the 309. This has a beautiful seat to this battle as the 124 goes off track for a moment. Battle for the lead as well.
Oh, there we go. Side by side. Tester under fire from Sheldon Walshin. I don't know where the extra syllable went, but I don't care. It's going to be a good race down here coming into Paddock Hill.
Ooh.
Look at that
Two
crossover.
on 7.
Jumping the curbs. He was airborne.
And here
That was
comes the
a beautiful
29.
crossover, too.
Oh, here he goes.
4-car battle for the lead, it seems.
Travis.
Still side by side.
This is road course. Oh, I love this.
They are leaning on each other, trying to get through these turns. 124 on the left-hand side of the 63. Battle for the lead, though.
This is
Yeah, well,
only a
this
1
is-
mile road course, and Sheldon went from first to fourth.
Yeah, while this is happening, though, cars behind them are catching them. We might have an even bigger battle here coming up.
Something has got to give with these guys. This is just way too fun.
Oh, here he goes. Late braking. That 29's almost had a fender in there. He's definitely going to try it here at Druids again. 270 trying to come down to track a little bit. Not going to be able to get there. The 29 is going to squeeze in. get the top spot away from the 270. Here he comes back.
270 not going to give up. He is trying to put it in there, trying to take the preferred line away.
And he's got to fend off of 124 too. Travis Henderson just about got around to 270 as well. And here comes Wallishin back.
Well, they have to battle because they don't want any one of them to pull away from the pack. So if they want to stick near each other, they got to keep battling.
Yeah, that 29 starting to break away from the 270. It's going to put about 0.4 of a second in between them at the stripe. Oh, look at the 270 sideways going down the hill. Oh, he's off in the kitty litter a little bit. 124 is going to go to the right-hand side into Druid's Bend. Going to take over that second position. Jeremy Tester leading the first 7 laps of this event. All the way back in third now. Whoa, he's really wide.
Yeah, going through the pack as well. The 28 still making his way up, trying to get to the back of the 43 of Paul Geringer. Got a little bit of a battle going on back here. So he really starts to close up through the corners. But, I mean, that first pack is crazy.
Yeah, that's first through 7th on track. Battle between the 270 and 63 back here for third. Wallishin, diving it in there on the inside. They touch a little bit. 270 going to keep it on the track, though, as they come back up to Druid's Bend.
Oh, Jeff Stabnow has arrived.
Yeah, Stabnow, he is coming on hard here. Got past Workman, and he's looking to make his way up to the front of the track with those wonderful glowing brakes.
Meanwhile, Clark Archer has checked out. Oh, 270. What is going on, Tester?
That's not the road course.
That is not the fast way around. Whoa.
Gets into Jeff Stabnow a little bit. Beautiful job, though, to hang on. Jeff going to move up into the 4th position. The 270 dropping all the way back to looks like 7th.
Yeah, tough break for him. I mean, he just completely blew the turn there at Surtees. So, all the way back there in 7th. Meanwhile, the leader's out to a 1.5 second advantage. And second is about 2 seconds ahead of third right now. But Stabnow all the way up to 4th. Going from being on your lid to up to 4th in a matter of 2 races is quite the accomplishment.
That's a good recovery on the day.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Meanwhile, looking at the front and rear glowing brakes of the Bart Workman there right behind him, he is driving that car really, really aggressively and not really gaining much for it.
And I believe he finished second in the race before this. Dale Green at 250. He's right behind him as well. Green running for Gone Broke Racing out of the Canada Club. Putting together a good showing. He's a 6th right now. And trying to make his way up there to Workman to see if they can get around Stabnow or just get around each other.
Yeah, just trying to stay clean at this point. While it seems we are getting a little bit single file here for a moment, I want to update you guys towards the back of the pack here. After all of the mishap early on, I'm going to count out everyone outside of the top 10, starting with the number 21 of Adam Young, trying to make a small comeback right now in 11th. David Williamson behind him, trying to recover in 12th. The 42 of Randy Webster was involved. He got off track a little bit earlier in the race. The 089 was involved. A little bit of an incident early on. That is John Odenbacher in 14th. In 15th, we highlighted it before, the 127 of Bruce Nelson. Really disappointing race for him. It's got to be heartbroken at this point, but he is in the 15th position. Jack Johnson in the 20 in 16th, and the 26 of Ernie Ludwig in 17th.
Well, that 124 is going to have to start ditching a little bit of weight out the side of that car because Archer's pretty much in his own zip code right now, completing lap 13 out of the 27 scheduled, just about halfway through this race, and a substantial lead for that 29, about 2.6 seconds at the line over Travis Henderson. And Henderson's checked out from Wallishin as well.
I have to say I'm a little impressed right now with the 29 of Clark Archer because although Snelson has been able to win both races, every time he got out to the lead, he never really pulled away until further into the race. But Clark, as soon as he got the lead, he took off.
That may be by design. Maybe Snelson had more of a long run car. Definitely looks like Clark Archer has a good short run car right now. Can he maintain for the next 13 laps around the Brands Hatch Indy circuit?
Yeah, I'm looking down the speed charts and from the notes that I had from the first two races. Archer, I don't know if he was maybe holding something back in the first race, but each race he's increased his overall average speeds. And right now he is just on a tear. What's going on?
Yeah, right now, good battle brewing between the 19 and the 309.
Ooh.
Whoa, Dale Green, where'd you come from, bud?
He apologized right away. He saw
Apparently
what
teleported.
happened there. He knew he made a little bit of a mistake, but no problem. He is right to the back into that corner there as Jeff Stabnow was able to pull away because of it in 309. Still driving smooth as of right now. A lot of these guys just trying to file in, get some laps in as they make their way through this race.
Looking back right now, where are we at?
Yeah, Workman kind of ran a little wide there, got into a little bit of the kitty litter. That's going to give the 250 an opportunity to try to get up here, close in a couple more car lengths. But as of right now, I mean, pretty much everybody's single file. I think the closest battle on track would be the 43 and the 21.
Yeah, you said it.
I was going to call that just a moment ago. The 43, 21, 38 were all getting pretty tight together. And as it was happening, Williamson lost just a little bit of ground to Paul and Adam.
Yeah, Adam Young, we talked to him earlier. He's on a tear here trying to get into the top 10. Got to get around that Paul Geringer, though. Pretty fast 43 machine. Driving out of the Northwest Club. There he goes. Here's a dive bomb. 21 underneath the 43 into Druid. Gonna make it stick, but the 43's fighting back on the left-hand side. Gonna make it hard for him here in turn 3. Ooh, 43 just goes ahead, checks up, and lets him go. 38 might run into the back of him. Not exactly the best place to pass.
A lot of these cars towards the back just trying to hang on. But again, everyone's single file, keeping it easy. We do have one or two cars fighting, but that's it's mostly outside of the top 10 right now. Seeing a few drivers get off just a little bit into the dirt out of turn 1. That's not surprising at all. Just the left side's brushing the dirt ever so slightly.
Yeah, 10 to go. So 124 has got to get going here. If he wants to catch back up to that 29, 29's over 3 seconds ahead. But he is catching lap traffic. I believe that's Ludwig in front of him in that 26. The next couple laps, he's gonna get him.
Yeah, Archer has just checked out. He is half a second or so faster than everybody else in this field right now. I don't think that Travis is going to be able to reel him down unless Archer just overcooks his tires, in which we're almost 20 laps into a 27-lap race. I don't know.
Yeah, funny enough, I'm actually looking at the speed chart right now, and the first two drivers that just put down a quick lap there was actually the 309 of Bart Workman in 5th and the 28 of William Fletcher in 9th.
Yeah,
the
Archer's been running.
Guys on the track just can't catch him. Just won't have enough time, it seems.
I mean, the slowest lap that Archer's ran outside of the out lap is a 48.8. Oh, looking back here, Ottenbacher in the 0.89 got a little bit of a competition back there with the 42. I believe he just got around him for the 13th position. It's Randy Webster, and Bruce Nelson's caught up to the back of this battle as well. See if he can get around these two racers in front of him.
And not surprising at all that the 127 is very fast, and he did have to pit, which is why he is so far behind. Not only did he get some damage from that first mishap, but also had to pit there. So lost a lot of time, but might be able to recover some positions here.
And as we're looking at the guys in the back of the pack here real quick, David Williamson in that 38 OCTV ride, he is just settled in behind Paul Geringer and not really doing much else back here.
And we're going to go on board with 38 right now, looking out the windscreen to the 43 of Paul Geringer. I mean, he's been trying to make moves up there. It's just when he gets up to him, he just makes a little mistake and drops a lot of time. I guess that goes back to what you were saying earlier, Donovan, about maybe blowing the entry a little bit.
Yeah, it's one thing I had to learn with these cars is you really have to just take your time and let that car, again, do the work. You can't throw these around like you do with a rear-wheel drive and make saves with them. You just got to let that front end bite.
And believe it or not, this is the closest battle on the track. Everybody else is pretty much a second away from each other.
Yeah, I'm looking at the 250 of Dale Green. He's just starting to catch the back of the 309 of Bart Workman, who's drifting a little bit through that corner, and so does the 250.
Off. I believe Jeff Stabnow went off a little bit.
He's actually gone off a couple of times. Casualty's been able to recover, but these guys battling behind him has allowed him to stay out front.
Winding it down, Clark Archer getting around Ernie Ludwig up here. The 29 coming to the line. 5 laps to go. I mean, he could pretty much just dump the clutch in. Not do like his teammate did and dump the clutch in and think it was the brake, but dump the clutch in and coast around here for the next couple of laps.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it's so different than the way Bruce was able to dominate. I think they're both being able to dominate in their own ways. Bruce was able to keep it out front, but Clark just gets the pull. He pulls away and just nobody can catch him. It's insane. I mean, they were battling. There were 4 cars battling for first, and then one pass is all it took, and he was gone.
But yeah, Dale Green back here though. That 250's trying to work his magic on that 309. Bart Workman just holding on, able to keep that 5th spot. Working down the front stretch again, the Brabham Straight, heading off into Paddock Hill. And I mean, every time the 309 gets into the rear end of that car, looks like it wants to come around. Their Stabnow off, 309 goes off as well. Here comes the 250 battling into Druids.
Oh, he's there.
Oh, he is trying. Bart's going to have the preferred line coming up here. He's able to shut that door.
There you go.
Yeah, but he backed the corner up, the 250 did, and was able to get a little bit speed carrying off. See what he can do maybe when they get around to the front stretch here.
Oh, yeah, he backed off a lot there going into the S's coming up the hill. He just didn't want to be on that inside with the 309 there. For right now.
They're coming to 3 to go.
Yeah, as the laps keep winding down, Clark Archer has a 6-second lead over Travis Henderson in that 124. Just outstanding run from that 29 machine. Here we go again. Druids 250, 309.
Oh, Jesus. Can they get any closer right there?
I believe you couldn't put a piece of paper in between them.
Definitely not a library book.
Oh, no.
I think he's almost trying to force the 309 to make some type of mistake here. Just try and take that spot by chance, because he gets his nose in, but just not able to complete the pass.
I mean, I think the 309's got an illegal e-brake mod built into that thing, because wait, he's slinging that back end around. Good Lord.
Yeah,
right behind him, they've got a massive pack going on, guys.
I was just going to say, look behind them, and you've got a group of 5 cars who are just nose to tail.
Now, the 20 is the odd man out there. Oh, he almost gets taken. Oh,
28 Fletcher off.
Of William Fletcher. He is not going to be happy about that, because the 20 is actually not on the lead lap. He is down a lap. The 28 was trying to get around him, but the 20 almost cut him off a little bit. Wasn't able to get there, and the 28 went sliding.
Fletcher is not able to even vocally retaliate about that. He had his chat turned off.
Yeah, I believe after that first incident that they had during race number 2, it was temporarily shut off, or his responders not or transponders not responding.
Yeah, that's not surprising at all, but we're on the last lap now. Clark Archer's got a few corners to go before he makes it across that line for the win.
And he's working his way through turn number 3 on the course. I mean, just a great race from him. Going to be a good win for that Riding Shotgun Motorsports Optima. Going to make his way up the McLaren curve, going towards Clark. Coming down the Brabham Straight, Clark Archer is going to win the Volt Vapes British Touring Car Championship.
It's the wall, but it's okay.
At Brands Hatch, and he's celebrating in a weird fashion.
That's okay. The 124 going to make it across the line second, 63, 19, 309, 250 Dale Green, not quite able to get there for a top 5.
Yeah, great run for everybody, really. I mean, big battle there at the end. Tester able to hold on in a 7th position. Terrassel finishes in 8th. Adam Young gets it in 9th, and Fletcher is going to save his top 10.
I zoomed in here, and it sounds like he is trying to do some sort of a donut here in the grass.
He's doing more of an eclair. A bear claw, something. It's not a donut. All right, going to give you your race 3 results here real quick. You got Clark Archer, your winner here for race number 3. Travis Henderson going to come home in 2nd. Sheldon Wallishin, great effort, going to come home in 3rd. Jeff Stabnow in 4th. And Bart Workman's going to round out your top 5. You got Dale Green coming home in 6th. 7th goes to Jeremy Tester. Brandon Trossel in 8th. Adam Young 9th. And William Fletcher in the 10th position. David Williamson's going to come home in 11th. Paul Geringer 12th. Bruce Nelson 13th. John Ottenbacher in 14th. Randy Webster 15th. And laps down, Jack Johnson in at 20. And Ernie Ludwig is going to round out your 17-car field. We're going to go to a quick commercial break. Going to try to let these guys get into our team speak so we can give an interview to them. So we'll be right back right after the commercial break. All right, and welcome back to coverage of the Volt Vapes British Touring Car Championship Pacific Major Sportsman 1 split. I think we got a couple of people to interview. Still want second and third, and definitely Bruce Nelson to try and come in here if you can. But Katie, who do you got?
Well, first I got Jeff Stabnow. He finished in the 4th position tonight in that 19 Kia Optima. Jeff, you got us?
I got you.
Fantastic. Well, walk us through that entire event there. It seemed the first race was just not to your liking. I think you probably ended on the wrong side you wanted to be on. But tell us about that first and second race.
Well, it doesn't get any uglier on that first one, does it? Ended up on my lid about 20 feet from the starting line, and had to drive around a couple laps down. Guess that had me starting in the rear for the second race, and had a real great run. Real happy with that. I think I got up to about 11th or 12th in that race, and started this one in some pretty good position, and just seemed to be at the right place at the right time on the track. Every time there was a wreck, I was in position to drive around it instead of into it. So pretty happy with that. Just happy as heck that I got a 5th place finish or 4th place or somewhere in that top 5.
Yeah, you got yourself a 4th place finish after finishing 11th in that second race. So you did position yourself really well for this for the third and final event here tonight. But tell us about the end of the race there. I noticed a few times you actually went off track, especially after the first turn. You were just constantly off track, but you weren't losing any time. It was almost as if it was a line for you. What was going on there?
You know, I could probably count the number of these road races that I've done now in one hand. So I got a lot of practice on those off-track lines. I know how to make that work a little bit. Did that one plenty in practice. Burned the tires up there a little bit when I got into the top 5. Got excited and was trying to put a little distance to the guys behind me, and was having a little trouble slowing down for that last turn. Got too excited and had a couple off tracks there, but. I remembered somebody telling me to back up that corner, so I got her back under control there at the end.
Yeah, dude, you did great. That whole third race where you look fantastic. From your lid to 4th, man, that's a great night.
It really was. We could have avoided the lid part, but I'm pretty darn happy finishing 4th.
And what happened to all the dog bears? I remember yesterday, Chad Barker said that he was going to run this race with y'all, but he didn't show up tonight. Who all are we missing? Why didn't they show up?
Well, Chad had some stuff come up in real life, you know.
No.
He sent us a message this morning and told us all that he was likely going to miss it. So we wish Chad well. And I think Chad and I were the only dog bear in this one. Drew had some stuff going on too, so he had to miss it. I think he was in the other split. And 3 other dog bear guys were in that pro split. So
Nice.
They left me alone here.
Well, you did well. The second race, you definitely battled your way up to a good split position, and then this final race, you done a really good job. So represent the team well. Congratulations. Anybody you want to give some shout outs to?
Oh, absolutely. First and foremost, you guys put on a heck of a show. It's so neat getting to do this, and I got a lot of family and friends that watches this. So that's first and foremost. You know, secondly, my teammates. Wayne, he does so much work for us on the road courses here to help us out. Ray, I had about a 3-hour session with Ray yesterday where he just worked on my line. So, then I think you've given me a little bit of advice on these road races in the past. So, a lot of people to thank, and hope I didn't leave anyone out there.
Great job, man.
All right, appreciate it.
All right, now go drink some beer and have a great weekend.
Will do. You too.
All right, fantastic. Again, that was the 19 of Jeff Stabnow, finishing the 4th position after having a beautiful recovery from the first race there. But that is why this heat format is extremely exciting to watch, because drivers that may have had a mistake in the first race were able to recover and give themselves a nice top 5. Unfortunately, we do not have third and second to talk to, but that is okay because we have our winner, who is the 29 of Clark Archer. You got us?
Yeah, I'm here, Katie.
Fantastic. Well, walk us through that race, because it seemed for the most part you were having a decent run about mid-pack for the first and second races. But as soon as that invert came in the third race, you started 4th and you set sail once you got past the top 3 cars.
Yeah, it was a really frustrating day because I got involved in that wreck in the first race. And in the second race, I got a course cut penalty on the first lap and had to basically let the whole field go by. So in that last race, finally started close to the front, and we had some really great clean racing with those guys, and finally we're able to get through and just put in some hot laps.
Well, it seemed for the most part, we witnessed Bruce early on able to get into the lead, but not able to pull away. But that is completely opposite of what you were able to do. Across the line on the last lap, you had a 7-second lead on second place. I mean, did you know that, or did you set your car up that way to be able to have that quick of a run once you got out front, like the air, like the clean air, and get alone? Or was it just surprising to yourself you're able to get out front?
Well, I was fastest in the warm up for the first and second race, and second quick in this one. So I knew I had a fast car, thanks to my teammate Scott Gruber, who did the initial setup at Riding Shotgun Motorsports. We had the same setup in use in the pro split by our guys in there, so we were doing feedback the whole race. We knew the car was quick if we could get out in front.
Well, you guys definitely had the setup. I was notating that second race when you were encroaching on that top 5. You looked great. Your lines were fantastic. You were backing up your corners right. You weren't overcooking those tires. So my hat's off to you guys and how you got those cars set up to be fast.
Yeah, I really don't know. We just kept tweaking stuff until it went fast. That's all. That's all we really did. You can't change too much on the car.
Nope, but you managed it well. So great, great job. And hopefully, maybe the Pacific Majors will throw in another BTC action in the near future.
Yeah, I've got to say this was a much more fun car to drive than I thought it would be when I first started. I would look forward to doing more of it.
Awesome. All right. Well, we will lobby you definitely for some more road course action with these front wheel drive cars. Hopefully, we'll put some Jetta and maybe there'll be a Civic in our near future.
Let's hope so.
All right, man. Any shout outs you want to give?
Yeah, I guess we didn't have our friend Nick Hunt with us tonight. As you might know, Nick recently lost a daughter, so our thoughts are with him, and we wish he could have been here with us tonight.
All right, man. Well, hey, you guys have a great night and enjoy and celebrate your win.
All right, thank you very much.
Yeah, fantastic. I like Clark. He's a great racer, and did a beautiful job to make his way up through the field there. Finished 6th in the second race. Was able to put himself right up into 4th. And of course, we saw that battle going into the beginning of this race. Before he got out front, led all those laps and won the race. For about 7 laps, he was trying to get by a group of 4 cars and was able to do it. And it was extremely fun to watch. I enjoyed this set of 3 races. And again, I want to mention Jeff Stabnow because it was such an excellent rebound from being on his lid to finishing 4th. And that's exactly what these heat races can kind of set up for people. It was very well done. Really, really unfortunate. And it is so heartbreaking for the 127 of Bruce Nelson. Unfortunately, wasn't able to bring it on home. But sometimes it's just the way the world works. But he did bring it home, able to get a 13th place finish tonight after coming back, after pitting, might I add, was able to run some great laps and gain about 2 or 3 more positions on the field. So he did earn his way back into contention there, but unfortunately just wasn't able to bring home a top 10 after the dominance he had in the first 2 races.
I agree. That was fantastic to watch. Some of these guys did an amazing job. Setup's important. Driving these cars important. It's great to see some of my favorite drivers to watch week in and week out as we've covered the Pacific Majors adapt to a completely different car they've never raced in the Pacific Majors. So that was exciting. I'm happy for it all. It was really fun. Looking forward to seeing what we have next on the schedule and bringing some more awesome action to OCTV.
All right, yeah. Speaking of the next race for the Pacific Majors, we're gonna head back into some Gen 6 stock cars when we come to Charlotte Motor Speedway on May the 7th for the running of the Coca-Cola 600. And yes, I'm talking 600 miles. So you might want to pack a lunch or 2 or second breakfast.
The last 2 years we've ran that have been 5-hour races.
Yeah, so definitely going to be a long one there. Looking forward to it, though. Love the track, love the cars, of course, NASCAR fan. But that is the next Pacific Majors race that we have. It should be at 8 o'clock Eastern, 5 o'clock Pacific on May 7th. But great race here at Brands Hatch. Love this track. One of my favorite road courses to come to. Not exactly a fan of the Indy circuit, but these boys put on some great racing today. Like Katie mentioned, the 127 Snelson, he almost had to three-peat tonight, but definitely congratulations goes out to Clark Archer and everybody else who came out tonight and raced. So for Donovan Johns, Katie Reed, and Tony Knuckles doing the production, I am Weston Miss, and we are out. Thank you for watching.